matchup thing, that's more for Todd. For me, I'm just going to play the guy hard that I'm lined up against, whether it's Cullen's line or if it's a shift on the power play. I'm not going to get too concerned with who I'm out there playing against. We've just got to kind of focus on what's going on in here. Maybe sometimes the outside noise of matchups and the standings and the push and stuff's kind of distract us from what is actually going on here. We've got to win some hockey games. The matchup to me is not important. Win my face-off and we'll play from there.
Now, you've talked a lot before about guys shooting the puck, and last game is a real prime example. Creating good opportunities, but then no finish. Guys are passing up. How do you change that mentality amongst the group now? There's lots of guys who are looking to maybe be more pass than shoot.
Well, I think it's tough to change instinct. I think there's always going to be players going to have an inclination to shoot or pass. That's just the way it is. But I also think at this point of the year, there's got to be some desperation, some urgency to score some goals and realize that opportunities, you're not going to get 2 or 3 a period. You might get 1 a game, 2 a game, and you really have to make the most of what you're getting. For me, especially in that situation where I'm not expecting to get more than 1 or 2 a game, I have to look to shoot. I can't pass it up. So I would like guys to adopt that, but like I said, sometimes there's just natural instincts and inclinations to do certain things.
Do you get caught up in the excitement of a game like this when you've got 3 of the top 4 scorers in the league?
I don't think I do. And I'm sure Connor and Sid are going to go through their scrums and deflect, much like the rest of us are. This is about the Oilers versus the Penguins. For the fans, though, to see those two line up against each other, maybe go head-to-head per se, a few face-offs, some battles, maybe a couple races up the ice, I think that's great for the game. It's great for the fans, and I'm sure there'll be a show with what those two have been doing lately tonight. But there's a lot of other guys on the ice that can't be passengers and spectators. And hopefully we got the lesser amount of passengers hopefully gives us a better chance to win a hockey game.
And you guys are 6-4 in your last 10, but you're only 2-3 in your last 5. And you look at the standings. I know a lot of players admit that. You look at the standings. You haven't played bad, but you feel you got to play better. You talked about desperation. Is there a more urgent need tonight? Is a little bit more of a heightened urgency for tonight's game?
Yeah, well, I think a couple games, 1 or 2 above 500. That's not good enough for us anymore. The expectations in this room have been elevated. Maybe last year at this point in the year we're going to be, kind of hanging our hat on it, saying we've been playing good hockey. But it's different now. This is playoff time. We want to solidify where we are. Maybe it's home ice. Maybe it's locking down a playoff spot. 6-4. It's not good enough. Teams around us are rattling off 8 straight and playing well. We've got to get going. So every game's important. We can't give away any, and it's got to start with 1 tonight.